Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Marvel Select Hawkeye figure. Now, I just got this in the mail from DisneyStore.com, and if you didn't know about this guy, you are not alone. I had no clue this guy was coming out, and I follow Marvel Select on Twitter, and they're like, oh yeah, this guy's available now. Apparently they're going to do a series of 4 exclusive Disney Store exclusive figures. First being Hawkeye, later this month they'll do Thor, next month they'll release Captain America and Black Widow. But enough about that. As you can see here, Hawkeye is very nice here in the packaging. He's actually got a little wasp on his figure, which I think is very nice, seeing as the Marvel Legends the Marvel Legends Hawkeye came with an Ant-Man on his figure. His base is very nice. It's got like a defeated Ultron. He's got some arrows there, his bow, multiple pieces of his base. Some very nice box art back here. On the back here, you've got this kind of random sticker with some Disney characters on it. No idea what that's about. And you've also got to look at the other ones coming out. Captain America, who has no shield or base pictured with him. Next will be Thor, as you can see there, and then Black Widow. I believe that Black Widow and Hawkeye's base are going to be interconnecting, because it looks like Ultron's arm is right there. Plus, if you zoom in, you can actually see there's a little Ant-Man behind Black Widow there. So, very nice. His read-up says, Hawkeye, aka Clint Barton, sculpted by John, I don't know what that name is. Possessing natural archery abilities honed to an expert level, Clint adopted the persona Hawkeye. Then one day, when witnessing Iron Man save the lives of some people at a carnival, he decided to become a costume crime fighter himself. As a way of proving himself, he broke into the Avengers mansion, convincing their butler Jarvis to play the role of a victim so he could display his powers. Iron Man vouched for Hawkeye, and he joined the new lineup that included Captain America, the Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. So, enough about this packaging. Looks very awesome. Let's open him up. And here we have Hawkeye out of packaging. A very nice looking figure. You can see the arrow just fell out. More on that in a second. But Wasp is pretty nicely detailed to be so small, as you can see there. And we'll set that down. And before we go into Hawkeye, we'll actually talk about Hawkeye's base. Or I guess half a basing, as I'm pretty sure Black Widow's is going to slide against the back of this. But it is beautiful. The extra arrows he came with are actually to fit in Ultron. There's one that goes right there and one that actually goes in his mouth, which is very nice. Be careful putting them in, though, because they do warp easily. I actually managed to get mine to bend back normally. But just an astounding amount of detail went into this. That Ultron is beautiful. You see his arm, the destroyed wall. Really nice job on the base. And the arrows are a really great touch. If you don't like them there, you can drop them in the back of his quiver here. There he did come with one standard arrow, which if you didn't want Wasp on yours. The bow, however, did come kind of warped out of packaging, which is unfortunate, as you can see there. And that's because it's a very, very soft plastic. The string is also a plastic, which is unfortunate, because if you want to do like a bow string, like a pose like he's pulling the bow back, you can see the bow kind of bends in a very unnatural way as you pull the string back. So you've got to be really careful. And that's another thing, is that most arrow firing poses are kind of impossible with this guy, because while they put his fingers in the gesture, they didn't cut a hole to put the arrow in. So you end up having to kind of put it in the top of his hand like that, and it just ends up looking really awkward. And as you saw at the beginning, while you can get the arrow to fit, it won't stay long. So, I don't see how they missed that. Going through all the trouble of sculpting the hand and giving us the special arrow, and they aren't even going to put him in a decent arrow firing pose. But the actual Hawkeye figure is fantastic. There's a lot of really nice detail. The quiver's really nice. You can see his head sculpt, his entire outfit. He's actually got his little Avengers pouch over here, which is really cool. As far as his articulation, his arms are on a ball joint, do a full 360, spin at the bicep, are single jointed at the elbow, spin at the wrist, spin at the waist, head does a full 360, as well as some slight up and down. No main torso articulation other than spinning at the waist. Legs are all on a ball joint, go forward, back, out, spin at the quadricep. Spin right here, it's a little bit above. Single jointed knee and ankle joint. And yeah, they don't turn at the boot. So some pretty nice articulation. I actually got Hawkeye, obviously, I got Hawkeye, off of DisneyStore.com. And he starts at $22. After I paid shipping and sales tax, I ended up getting him for about $29 shipped. I'm really digging Hawkeye. It's unfortunate, though, that, little things like his hands, and, the way they've done him is going to be quite difficult to pose in firing arrows, which is something they really should have thought through. But this is still just such a beautiful figure. I'm absolutely loving the base and how you can get all the arrows sticking out of Ultron. So let's actually get him back on his base here. And can't wait to have the Black Widow so we can have... all his arrows came out. To have the Black Widow so we can have the base completed. But yeah, a little disappointed in the hands. But other than that, amazing base, amazing Hawkeye. So... that being said, this is JTrain997. I do recommend this guy. You're going to have to get him offline, obviously. And that being said, I'll see you soon, YouTube.